Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're looking at EJ on a 3-hour chart on the left, and on the right we got a 15-minute chart. What I wanted to do was break down what are the 3 confirmations that every single trade setup has to have for me to actually take it. Now in this case, this is a trade that I took in London. And so what we're going to be talking about in this particular video is a type 3 setup. Let's get right into it. On the 3-hour chart, you can see that we're coming off a peak formation low. So we should be looking for buys. So honestly, that's really the first thing that I am using as my confirmation is going to be the directional bias. So I like to trade type 3s a lot in London. And in New York session, I like to trade a lot of continuation trades. Those are just the 2 simple trades that I find myself gravitating to all of the time when it comes to trading. The first confirmation that I need if I'm trading a London session and I'm looking for a type 3 has to be a directional bias, because I'm only trading in that directional bias. All right, so the second confirmation is the type 3 pattern specifically, okay, has to come and pin the middle of the range and give me an actual pattern. So what I mean by that is when it pins the middle of the range, right, I have to get either a star pattern, a railroad track, or a cord of wood. And then the third confirmation after that is it has to pin an EMA. Okay, so it's got to pin the middle and it's got to pin an EMA. Those things have to be there for me to actually take the trade. So in this case here, this EJ trade, you can see that we're coming up on price action, makes this huge aggressive move up to the top of the range, comes from the top and pins the middle of the range, okay, as you can see there, and then obviously goes up for a type 3 in the directional bias. Now, for me, the directional bias is there. Obviously, the pattern is there. This right here, this 4-candle pattern right here is a cord of wood. So that right there is the pattern that I'm looking for. And then the third one, obviously, is it's pinning to the middle of the range, but most importantly, it has an EMA that's pinning to it as well. Now, typically on type 3 setups in the London session specifically, the pin that it's going to have is actually the 50, not the 800 in this case. Okay, but in this case, the 800 is actually what prevented price action from coming down further and preventing it from pinning to the 50 EMA. But I would say 95% of the time, the type 3 patterns that I take in London are going to be pinning to the 50. Okay, this one just so happened to pin to the 800 EMA. But all of my major 3 confirmations are there. The directional bias, the pattern itself, meaning the cord of wood pattern, and then the third one being that it pinned to an EMA and the middle of the range. So what did this trade look like essentially? So for me, it was pretty simple. Once I get the cord of wood, I'm looking for the very next candle. So if I go back here, so after this 4-candle pattern, I'm waiting to see if the next candle gives me a pullback. If it gives me a pullback immediately, okay, that pullback is what I'm going to use for my entry. Okay, now the stop loss is going to go right below the actual wick that happened here. So it's going to be below this probably by 1 or 2 pips. So in this case, it was about a 17.3 actually risk on the trade. Now for me, I always take a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So that would have been around 140, 105, around that particular area was my take profit. So a quick 35 pips is all I wanted to get out of this trade. And then, you know, I'd be done trading for the day. So that was the actual trade setup that I took. These are the 3 confirmations that every single type 3 trade that I take must have before I even consider taking the trade. There obviously are going to be more, but every single trade are going to have those 3 particular confirmations. And of course, as you can see, I was out of the trade within 3 candles. So it was a very easy, short trading session for me. 3 candles and I was done with the trade. Obviously, you know, this went up, I believe, over 100 pips. So it was really, you know, an amazing setup here, about 140 pips. Now, if you are the type of person that wants to extend out past 2 to 1 and you want to try to maximize the trade potential as much as possible, a simple thing that you can do is literally follow the 5 EMA and basically get out of the trade once price comes back and closes below the 5 EMA. So in this case, if you wanted to extend out, you could have, and basically you're getting out at the exit at the close of this candle here. So if you would have extended it out, you would have been about 120 pips in profit before getting out of this trade. Okay, so I hope that this particular video brought you some value and explanation into what I look for in my confirmations for type 3 patterns specifically. If you want me to do a video on type 1 patterns or multi-session type 1s or type 2 patterns, as far as my top confirmations that I look for in those particular patterns, please drop me a comment below in this video and I'll be more than happy to make that video for you guys. For those of you asking me about my charts, typically the 3-hour charts and stuff, how I have them like this, guys, I'm sorry, this is not an indicator. I keep saying it, but I keep getting asked the question. This is not an indicator. This is literally me plotting out the charts on a daily basis. If you want to have access to this, this is actually, you can get access to this on FXN Plus. The links are in the description of this particular video, and you can join us there to get access to this. You also get a weekly analysis, a midweek analysis as well. All right, guys, so until the next video, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your weekend. Guys, if you need any more help or you like the content that we provide on this channel, come on over to the FXN MasterClass. It's available right now. What you get essentially is a lifetime membership, a full mentoring course, an advanced course. You get the Blue Summit videos, weekly Q&A sessions every Sunday, group session archives, which that by alone has about 100 hours of content, weekly analysis videos, midweek analysis videos, MT4 and MT5 indicators, a customized trading journal so you could actually journal your trades every day, and then a backtesting journal that you can use to backtest and collect all of your data. Not to mention a mentoring private chat, guys. So all the information is in the link in the description if you want to join now. We look forward to seeing you there, guys, and take care of yourselves.